All right, welcome back to The Hill. Right now, Mark Zuckerberg's Meta is facing some potential legal troubles across the country. The company being sued now by 41 states plus the District of Columbia. It's being accused of harming children by building addictive features into Instagram and Facebook. Now, this is just the latest challenge to social media over its alleged impact on children's health. Here is what the lawsuit says. It says, quote, Meta has profoundly altered the psychological and social realities of a generation of young Americans. Meta has harnessed powerful and unprecedented technologies to entice, engage, and ultimately ensnare youth and teens. Its motive is profit. Scott, on the legal side, talk to us.
What's powerful about these lawsuits is the attorney generals have gotten together. Republicans and Democrats, one. But two, each of them have consumer safety provisions, local statutes that they are suing under. They don't have to be a federal statute or a state statute, but these consumer regulatory affairs. In D.C., they have a very strong unit that just goes after companies who have violated their trust in consumer affairs and harmed consumers. That's the power of the lawsuit. Now, the defense here is that this is a choice made by families and kids, and if they don't like it, and if they're being addicted to it,
at a certain point, there's parents, right? And the parents can take away the home, limit the screen.
Exactly. So look for those defense arguments. But the local consumer regulatory scheme is what's going to be powerful in each of these states.
You know what I thought when I saw this headline? I said, okay, Facebook, check. Instagram, check. I'm missing the action against TikTok in this town. There was a pretty big hearing earlier this year, and I heard all sorts of stuff from members of Congress. Watch.
TikTok is the spy in Americans' pockets.
Within minutes of creating an account, your algorithm can promote suicide, self-harm, and eating disorders.
Your technology is literally leading to death.
20% of TikTok search results on prominent news topics contain misinformation.
By the way, I'm not trying to minimize Facebook, Instagram, and all that, but Mick, you know, I watched this hearing with all these lawmakers go after TikTok. We all watched it before the cameras, and there's been no action. I see these lawsuits against Meta. Is there ever going to be anything against TikTok, or is the reality that it's in too many pockets and nothing's going to get done with an election around the corner?
No, I think we should wait and see what happens at the state level. If they're successful, you might see action against TikTok. But Blake, I think there's a bigger issue here, which is they're trying to fix a problem. The government's trying to fix a problem it created. Now, it's not the state governments, and those are the folks suing here. But it was Section 230 back in the original sort of in the legislation that allowed the internet to grow up that essentially isolated and insulated these companies against defamation charges. If I say something false about Scott right now on television, if I defame him, he can sue me, and he can also sue NewsNation. If I go on Facebook tonight and say the exact same thing about Scott, he can sue me, but he can't sue Facebook. That's the Section 230 protections that we gave to the internet companies a generation ago. That could be fixed by Congress relatively simply. It looks to me like they're trying to create two wrongs to make a right. I'm not sure that's the best way to proceed.
230 is the regulatory debate, and that's a really good debate. It's got moneyed interest on all sides crashing in this town. But this point about kids, Blake, I will say about TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, we are all addicted, and the kids are also addicted. The parents are addicted. The problem is the kids have developing minds that are developing in very dangerous ways because of this technology. I don't know what we do about it, but I do think this is a massive problem. It would be great to get a Speaker of the House and have some bipartisan work on this anytime soon.
No, you're right. Well said.
We need regulation.
We do need regulation. And they've been talking about child privacy laws, Congress has, for years, if not, and months.
But honestly, though, the best thing, and I'm with you, Dan, on the fundamentals of the problem there. And yes, we could do probably more on the legislative side, but really the solution is for kids to have simple flip phones. No, seriously.
The flip phones?
With call and text. Honestly. But
I have a 14-year-old. That's never happened.
Well, but but that would, if we can, if we could resolve to do that, and keep kids on, get them away from this, because it is very dangerous.
Also, this is a really good political thing to do.
What?
Sign on to this.
Go after, go after Facebook.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.